Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to the 2025 Alex Robeski Memorial in Radotín. It's the 30th edition of the AHM, and we are down to the quarterfinals. I know it doesn't seem like it would be quarterfinals because we have a rematch of the last two championship games. The Nova Scotia Privateers, Jamie Dunbar takes possession, or the Privateers take possession of the ball off the first face-off. They have won the last 2 years in a row, but they are meeting up with LC Custodes in the quarterfinals after Custodes dropped a game in the round robin in pool play to Tel Aviv. So we have an early matchup between these clubs. Czechs trying to get some offense going in their first possession. Won't happen. It's going to be running the other way. The first shot, the first goal. What a start for the Privateers. Brett Draper, a huge addition to the club this year, has come through early. Just under a minute into the game, the Privateers jump out in front. Scoring has been at a bit of a premium for the Privateers. They scored just 4 goals in their first win over the London Knights, a 4-2 win. And they got it a little fortunate because the Knights had some breakdowns that allowed Zach Kerrigan to get 3 straight goals as the Privateers bounced back to win that one. Then they took a 5-0 win over Czech from Switzerland. Now they take the 1-0 lead. Dominik Pesek, the legend, across to Lukasz Kuchera, the legend in the making. That one bounces wide. Oh, that ball's turned over, but rolls back into the crease. And Cole Rushney will take possession of that ball, hand-to-head. They're going to get a 10-second count. And the Czechs will take over the ball. They'll look to get there first. There's Pesek once again. Pesek on the near boards. Hands it up. Oh, he holds on to it. Switches places, gets rammed into the boards. Knotek was looking for a pass. Privateers come away with it. They're looking up the floor. It's just a little bit skippy there for Alex Bouchard. Bouchard's going to head to the bench. He'll leave it for Kerrigan. Kerrigan, the leading light in the last 2 tournaments. Been pretty quiet this year. He had those 3 goals in the one game. I believe he did not score in the game against Czech. Czech was very keenly aware of him. But Nova Scotia very much a team, as Ian McShane shows with his second of the game. A lovely pass over from Ben McKay. And it is 2-0 Privateers early on. What a start for Nova Scotia. Oh, it's a lovely pass, fighting off the Czech. You saw a little slipping. It is raining. The field is the turf is a little bit slick. We have 4 straight quarterfinals for you today, starting with this Nova Scotia versus Custodes battle. Next, Alberta will take on the Green Gales. Followed by the third one will be Tel Aviv, who did knock off Custodes. They'll be playing the Victoria Leprechauns, who came up from the Silver Division. They are definitely a threat. And then Mega Men will be facing Purple Rain. The 30 expires, and it will be Nova Scotia possession. They have that 2-0 lead. Now the games, we had a classic game a couple of years ago in the final. Zach Kerrigan scoring the winning goal as Nova Scotia took their first championship over Custodes in a real thriller. I believe it was 10-9, but there's not the time for the drama to develop quite as much in these quarterfinal games. Those the championship games, 3 12-minute stop time periods, as opposed to these 2 running time 15-minute halves. The rain actually picked up a little while ago. It's supposed to stop at some point. It did pick up a bit ago, and it's kind of refreshed the slipperiness of the turf. Knotek has not got the ball. Kuchera had it. This hidden ball trick kind of worked, except that KJ McNeil was right on top of Kuchera. Knotek underneath, shoots far side, just wide. Great chance. Usually Loskot comes up with it, fights his way past Mark Seward. Backdoor pass, Cirque scores! Pavel Cirque, is it good? Yes, it counts. He gets very close to the crease, but Cirque will get the Custodes on the board. Oh, it's a nice pass. Tomas Prohashka, 72, almost gets in the way of that. You can see that he wasn't entirely sure that. I think he realizes that ball is intended for Cirque. Makes the catch, another one of these young guns for the Czechs. Putting it away, it's 2-1. Face-off possession to Jan Hulish. Whips it over to Martin Peck. Here's Peshek trying to drive his way through. Steps, shoots well wide, and up out of play. Shooting and passing is affected somewhat by the water as well, of course. The primary concern is the footing. Mitch Broussard waits the change to finish. McShane driving low, gets to the net, tries to make a pass across to Broussard, doesn't connect. Big collision in the boards. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty. Antonin Gottwald is going for the illegal cross-check. They're arguing, and I have no idea why. I mean, honestly, the first one could have been boarding. Okay. If you don't want to call boarding, that's fine. But right here, I mean, you're cross-checking. That could be a major. So it's a bit lenient to give him 1 minute, honestly. I get it, and it's not a bad call. But you could go 3 minutes on that. With multiple cross-checks to a player on the ground and the ball not even particularly close to him. So Nova Scotia gets a man advantage here. We've got Kerrigan at the top. Smelter rips it! Luke Smelter. We have 3 different goal scorers. That power play lasted about 10 seconds. And the Privateers, we haven't, I don't think, seen the best of the Privateers. They tend to get better as the tournament goes on. That's been their calling card the last couple of years. They played okay against the London Knights. They were okay. They did fine. They played pretty well against Chocolax. Lost their scoring leader, Sean Evans, fairly early in the game to an ejection and didn't really run away from that Swiss side. Nova Scotia taking their time. Kerrigan over to the far side. Nice two-man game. Oh, just dropping the ball. Pretty nice pass there by Glenn Holmes. They couldn't quite make it happen. And a pick off Kerrigan. What a save. Josef Slavik. That's huge. Kerrigan had stepped in the crease, so as he plays that ball, it becomes a turnover. Shimon Kuchera pushing the pace, rolls it back to Cirque, the Czech goal scorer. The Radotín chanter in full-fledged. Ripped by Hulish. It's off the boards, off the back of the net. It's great positioning there by Stu McElhone. And it's going to be Nova Scotia possession. There's a bit of a scrum in front. I mean, these teams have played each other a lot. There's definitely mutual respect. There's also a couple of years worth of championship battles. They're making things get feisty early on, although we are past the halfway point of the first half. Strip in the corner as John McDonald went in, and the Custodes just swallowed him up. Martin Hodanier will leave it there for Peshek. Custodes finishing up their change. Kuchera has Hulish ahead of him. It's Peshek on the back door. That's trouble. And it's a goal. You can see that one developing. They sprung Peshek. Beautiful play. And it's 3-2. Dominic Peshek in very Peshek-like fashion. Yeah, the Privateers just get all drawn across to the far side. You can see the nearest Privateer to Peshek is pretty much on the far the near post, or almost in the middle of the net. That's just too much room to leave Peshek to get dragged over. It's a one-goal game, 5:20 to go here in the first half. I'm Stephen Stamp. This is the 2025 Alice Robeski Memorial. come to the near side to Knotek. He's dangerous. Nice shoulder save, Reshny. Great rebound by Hulish. Zipping in, snagging that with one hand, getting a reset for the Czechs as we get to the 5-minute mark. Lushkot. That one's blocked out front. Reshny can't quite get it. Put back tip. What a save, Reshny. Got in a dangerous position with Knotek there, but he was able to save it. Nice pass and goal. What a play by Pavel Sirk. And the put away by Jiří Lushkot. That is lovely. Really selling that fake at the top. Oh, great sidearm pass. You can see Cole Reshny up at the top of the crease. Watch him come out to challenge this. His toes are pretty much on the crease line. There's no way he's getting back. Nobody there to take away. Hulish, the young star. We're all tied up 3-3. The Czechs had some breakdowns against Tel Aviv when they gave up a lead. But they are coming out energized. Nova Scotia got going well today, but you can see that LCC was energized in their game against Adler last night in their play-in game. Winning that one 9-3, looking very strong. Slavic was sharp in net. That's going to be a pass back over. There's going to be a few of those for sure. With the slickness, this will be Nova Scotia possession. Kerrigan's going to go start with it behind the net. Head into the corner for play to be resumed. Up to Broussard. Strong right for the Privateers. McShane turned aside, gets it through the middle. Trying to fight to get a shot off. Paddy Quinn did, gets bumped. They're going to say back in on the Czechs. Podania disagrees, but he will roll it over to the corner. Podania is such a key part of this defense. The Czechs really aware of Kerrigan. Watch as they cover him. You had Matosh Tilsher and Antonin Gottwald really paying careful attention. Now there's a 4-man battle in the boards. A little bit of a shove on the posterior there. Nova Scotia comes away with it. Down to Kerrigan and handcuffs him. It was right at the hip. With a follow-up, that one goes into the corner. It will be a fresh 30 for whoever gets it. And it's going to be Nova Scotia. Nice job by Paddy Quinn to just let his teammate pick it up. And now Glenn Holmes will hand it off. Kerrigan is putting his hand up saying, hang on, slow down a little. But we're going to get an illegal pick, and Radotín will come the other way. Lushkot to Kuchera. The change completes as Prohashka comes on as the third lefty. Cirque, far side, Prohashka, big stop. Cole Reshny is sharp with lots of chances lately for Radotín. The Custodes are, oh, that one's going to stay in just barely. Custodes going to setting up a wall on the far side, drawing Nova Scotia over as they try to work things to the right on their right side. Smeltzer hands it across. McShane tries to skipper. Went off of Adam Kuchera, and here come the Czechs. It's a 3-on-3. Nova Scotia's D being very aware of the Czechs. What a great cut to the middle. Lukasz Kuchera. Ball pops up. Snagged there by Tremaine Carvery. Ian Connors will leave it. Connors, one of the additions to the team this year. There's a few Nova Scotia players not able to come back. Niles Sear, a huge part of the transition game. With an Achilles injury, he is out for a while. There's a shot and a goal, though, as Mitch Broussard steps up for his second of the game. Offense by committee. And the Privateers have pushed back ahead. We're going to get a face-off. I'm not sure how much there'll be after the face-off, as we're down to 30 seconds in the first half. We're still getting set to go. Boy, this is flying by. What an exciting game, living up to the buildup of the back-to-back-to-back battle between these teams year after year. We are going to have a chance. Can Smeltzer get it? Shot clocks have gone off. There they go. 10 seconds to the Czechs now. Going to see if they have a chance. The ball is launched maybe a little too far. Yeah, that's going to wrap up the first half. And we will go to the intermission with the score. Nova Scotia Privateers 4, LC Custodes 3. And one of the championship teams from the finals from the last 2 years will be going home. Well, not going home. They'll go on to the 5th through 8th place bracket. It's hard to imagine Custodes coming 5th in this tournament. It's hard to imagine the two-time defending champion Privateers coming 5th in the tournament. Custodes have a long and successful history. How often have they finished 5th? The Custodes? Once. That was in 2009. The first tournament was in 1994, they won. 95 they won. 97 they came second. The next 4 years they won. Then 3 years they came second. Then the biggest slump in Custodes history at this tournament, they came 4th in 2008, 5th in 2009. They'd had enough of that. They came back, came second, third, second, first, third, second, first, third, 4th in 2019. Then the last 3 years, they won in 2022, second in 2023, second in 2024. Of course, both of those last 2 years were to the Privateers. Nova Scotia's been coming for quite a while as well. 2008, they came, got 3rd place. They didn't get that high. Well, in 2012, they were 3rd. 2013, they also played in the bronze medal game, came 4th, but then a run of 9th, 13th, 7th, 13th. The reset came in 2018 when they battled, got to the final, came 2nd in a very exciting contest. Then a couple more 7ths in 2019 and 2022, but then in 2023, it all came together. Zach Kerrigan came on board, was the top scorer, the top offensive player in the tournament. They had strong goaltending, strong team defense, solid offense throughout the club, and they put it together for that thrilling win. Then last year, they actually kind of ran away a little bit, won the championship by more than they'd had the year before, quite a few. Now, the Privateers are looking to make it 3 in a row. Know that we've had any 3-time champions other than LC Custodes. Kuchera trying to duck underneath, up to Lushkot, stopped by Reshny. Reshny's pass bobbled a little bit, but they come up with it. Mark Seward mentioned Niall Sear. He was the key transition player for Nova Scotia, just a cut above much of the transition play. He was one of the top guys in the tournament. Here's Kerrigan ripping. That one's off target. It's going to be an over and back. Chris Millette was big last year in transition as the Czechs try to run. Martin Schruta heading after it. He's just going to get the ball and start things off slowly on the over and back. But Millette's not available this year either. Chris Seward has been filling in a bit. He has really stepped up. Brett Draper doesn't necessarily love to run. He tends to stay home, play his D, but he can definitely push the ball up. He's been doing a good job. A gorgeous pass yesterday to set up a goal by Seward. 10 seconds left. Nova Scotia's got a long muck ahead of them. Or sorry, if they want to get this. Petchik comes away with it. 5 seconds to do a pretty good job. Hey, those can be tricky from mid-floor. Reshny went down and was very cautious to make sure he got that one. We're a minute and a half into the second. It's the 30th Alice Urbeski Memorial. Shot, no problem for Slavic on that one from Glenn Holmes. Holmes kind of isolated over there. Matej Kriesel will hand it off. Lushkot is going to see what he can do. Running an ISO for Lushkot until his other lefties get out, and then they start to bang around, trying to open something up. He gets through. There's going to be a hold, and that's probably not an awful penalty to take, as Reshny makes that stop, because otherwise we've got Jan Hulic heading to the net unencumbered, and that is not a wise move for your club. So that'll be KJ McNeil going off for a minute or less. Again, it's 2 15-minute running time halves, 1 minute for minor penalties, 3 minutes for majors, and there's no question about that. McNeil clearly clamping onto the shoulder. Like a strong right with Knotek inverting with Peshik at the top and pops away from him. But Prohashka saw it and was able to get it, gets it over to Kuchera. They've got Cirque down in the crease. They go to the near crease to Kuchera. He misses, and here's a chance. On the run, Seward, looking to the net, pulls back out. Heads up play, 33 on the penalty. 11-second difference with the game, with the shot clock. So they can't kill all of it. The Privateers can kill a good chunk, probably enough to make it unwise for LCC to try for a shot at the other end. And Robbie Grant is going to pass it through to Kerrigan. Stopped by Slavic. It's not, and Kerrigan is frustrated. He's not been scoring the way he's used to. He just has had a mastery of this tournament. And he has 3 goals, and they were critical goals, but he has just been lighting it up the last couple of years. They're going to still need him to come through if they're going to win again. Drive by Loshkot, nice twister, but Reshny was all over it. Reshny played the first game for the Privateers. Joe Martin stepped in for the second game. Shut out. Chocolaks had a really strong effort. Slavic has gone all the way for LCC. McShane thought about dropping and running to the net. This is going to be Broussard. Oh, what a play. Great pass. Lovely finish, Patty Quinn. Beautiful setup by Nova Scotia. They extend their lead back to 2. Broussard just coming through. There's a narrow lane behind the net camera. As long as it's not too watery, this is going to show you really well how thin a margin that was to get that pass through. Lovely, lovely play by Broussard. And it's 5-3. And the Privateers are coming out and pressing over center. Glenn Holmes with some pressure. He'll run through Hodania. Both teams trying to play a physical game, but stay within reason. It's been pretty good lacrosse so far. Drew McDonald flips an underhand ahead. Adam Kuchera, the big man, number 20 on D, getting out and trying to really make Nova Scotia players pay for coming in anywhere near the net. That pass doesn't connect, but it's picked up on the far side by Robbie Grant. He scores! Bit of a broken play. Robbie Grant picks it up, and Ian McShane picks up Robbie Grant. Where does that, I don't know if that bounces off Jakub Vimala. Can't even see where Grant managed to get this one through. Oh, it's between the legs, kind of pinballs around a little bit, then finds its way 6-3. This is huge. 3 goals is not easy to come up with against the Nova Scotia Privateers, considering they only gave up 2 in the first 2 complete games they played. Of course, Custodes is not the first 2 teams that they played. Custodes already has 3 goals. Can they keep going? A diving attempt. That's no good. Nice attempt by Kuchera. Doesn't work out. Here comes Draper. Kerrigan fakes the pass. Smeltzer to the near side. Here's Patty Quinn. They've got 9 on the shot clock. Broussard trying to shovel. No, he goes up top. Quinn drops it. Oh, a little bit too much on the pass. Nice work racing down after it by Gutwald. Nova Scotia has left Kerrigan up in the offensive zone. He's indicating to the coaches, do you want me to come or am I staying? They're saying, stay there for now. We'll go 4-on-4 in the other end. And I'm sorry, the play's happening to my right here in the Nova Scotia end, but as Reshny gets it, I've been watching Kerrigan battling with Simone Kuchera, and looks like a fairly friendly little Battling with Kuchera, dropping his stick down in the arm of Kerrigan. Kerrigan shoving him away. I thought I saw some smiles. You never know. Might not be friendly at all. Here's Smeltzer to Kerrigan. Trying to get underneath. Great job by Kuchera. What a great piece of footwork by Shimon Kuchera to maintain his balance. But they score. It's Robbie Grant again. No, wait. They're saying crease violation. There's cheering in the Nova Scotia side. They're just starting to realize that one was waved off. Not sure if we're going to get another look at that. But here's a chance the other way. Save Reshny. Huge battle along the boards. It's back over to the Czech end. Mateusz Filscher throws it ahead, heads to the bench. Czech's having to get used to going to this bench, actually. The home team is always the one on the left, as we're looking at it, and it's the higher seeded team, which is usually Custodes, but they're the second seed this year. Kuchera's shot is wide. They go back door. Cirque misses. I think McDonald may have got a piece of that one. 3 on the shot clock. Pesher card shot. It's blocked, but it goes off a Nova Scotia player and up out of play. Ian Connors is hustling to the bench to get another defender or get some fresh legs. Almost not in time as Pesher gets a chance on top of the crease. Prohashka saves the over and back, but flings it into the Green Gale section of the stands where they are awaiting the next game when their squad, that's the fans, not the players. The players are all over getting dressed with 5.5 to go here in this quarterfinal. It'll be shocking if the Custodes are out in the quarterfinals. It just doesn't happen. Oh, big collision along the boards. Mate Barak comes out with it. Back to Vimala. Long outlet pass. Scores on the break. Tremaine Carvery. It's 7-3. The Privateers inching closer to a return to the semifinals. Custodes on the brink of missing the semifinals for the first time since 2009. Yes, 16 years since they have not made the semis, have not finished in the top 4. And of course, if they lose this game, it will assure them of at least tying their lowest finish, and they'd still have to win a couple of games to make sure they don't finish lower than that. Here's another chance for the Privateers. Behind the back pass, scores! Kerrigan, 8-3. The 5-goal lead is good, but you can see the excitement, the relief, the joy for Zach Kerrigan as he gets rolling. Goal scorers need to score. When they start getting questioning, even someone as skilled and such a great finisher as Kerrigan, nice job staying on the crease, can become a crisis of confidence. Nice little pass there. I believe it was Smeltzer gets it to him. Oh, that's a beautiful spot shot. 8-3 Privateers. Can they slay the Dragon early? Coming up after this game, quarterfinal number 2. That'll be the Alberta Lacrosse Club versus Green Gales. That should be a great one. And then a very, very interesting matchup at 4:50 local time. Tel Aviv, who took down LCC with a huge comeback in pool play. They will be playing the Victoria Leprechauns, a silver group team from Victoria, the hotbed of lacrosse on the west coast of Canada. A lot of guys who have played together at the senior B level. Some senior A guys, and they're a good club. They have great goaltending from Pete Dubensky. He has been sensational in this tournament. They are a real threat. Nova Scotia comes away with the ball. Oh, nice heads-up play to get it ahead. 2-on-1. Smeltzer just misses. Kerrigan's going to try and track down that loose ball. It'll actually be grabbed by John McDonald. Cirque is looking for the ball on the far side. We'll come back to Vimala instead. Lushkot. The Radotín chance persists. They are faint. as are the hopes of this club. Cirque tries to feed one through. The lever pass doesn't connect. Now they try to hit Cirque. That doesn't connect either. The 30-second shot clock is running out. Reshny picks it up, rips it ahead. I think the Privateers bench may be preaching a little bit more patience in that particular situation. Not sure you need to try and push the ball up the floor unless it's a really solid chance. Reshny gets that one in his gear. Yeah, he's not gonna be chucking this down the floor. Drew McDonald spins. Nice job working his way through the forecheck from Hulish. Chop on the leg there. I don't think Alex Bouchard liked that very much, but he'll hang on to the ball. But again, team approach. The Privateers are such a unit. Smeltzer rips one with about 4 seconds left on the shot clock. And then all over, oh, that's going to be a penalty. Hard forecheck, you love the effort, love the attempt, but he just bull ropes Mateusz Dilsher. Extra attacker out. Back to Pesek. He sees Kuchera, gets it to him. On the crease, scores! Thomas Knotek. They've got one back. 10 seconds away from stop time, and it's 8-4. They're going to need a goal every 30 seconds and to not give any up. So the holding penalty is wiped out. Jamie Dunbar, the captain of the Privateers, will try to get possession. Real battle there from Andrei Striblek, and the Czechs get it. Important at this point. Hulish has it now. Lushkot back to Hulish. Ball's in the corner, but Knotek is there. Pesek. Oh, nice try in the dunk attempt. Kuchera has been close on a couple of those, but not able to finish them. Scotia comes away with the ball. Dunbar just ices it. They've killed the rest of the penalty. Back to even strength. Seconds ticking away on the hopes and dreams of a 2025 title for the Custodes. Behind the net. Diving dunk attempt, that one's no good as well. It's Knotek this time. Knotek whacking a little bit with one of the Privateers, another steps accidentally into his way. That's Captain Jamie Dunbar, just happened to be standing where Knotek was heading. That ball pops away from Broussard. Now it gets loose. He's run over and Vimala has a chance. He's driving to the net, shoots, scores! Jakub Vimala. They're not on the track they need, the pace. They got one, it took them 75 seconds, meaning they have 45 seconds left, but they can do it. They can do it. They're down by 3, and they've seen what can happen in a short time. You're gonna have a Nova Scotia timeout. What a matchup. In their round robin game, their pool play game against Gold Star Tel Aviv, the score was 9-6 for LCC with a minute and a half to play. Parker Pfeiffer scored once to make it 9-7. There was a little over a minute to go. Parker Pfeiffer scored again to make it 9-8. There were 46 seconds to go. And then he scored again with 8 seconds to play, tying it up. Gold Star won in the shootout. Now the Czechs need to emulate what was done to them. They have to turn the tables on the Privateers. It's 8-5, 45 seconds to go. Dunbar, Striblek. Dunbar with the clamp, wins it, but it gets away. A big hit. Gottwald runs into him. The ball's loose. Striblek has it. Precious seconds ticking away. The net is empty. Dunbar with pressure, but they get it to Vimala. 30 seconds. Ahead to Hulish. Shoots. Stopped. Reshny. Reshny's going to pick it up. Play blown in. All kinds of pressure from the Czechs. And it's picked off by Vimala. Throws it ahead to Hulish. He's got a man in the crease. Fakes, passes. or shoots, misses. It's stopped. Cirque has it. 14 left. Behind the net. Out front, Knotek stopped. Sorry, that's Simon Kuchera. Smeltzer's lost his helmet. He's going to head to the bench, and there's a penalty being called. Is that too many? An illegal substitution call. Smeltzer was going fairly slowly to the bench without his helmet, had stepped into the change box, and one of the privateers came off the bench. And they're going to call illegal substitution with 4 seconds left, which is a penalty shot. It's going to be too little too late. It's going to make things exciting down the stretch, though. Oh, okay, so Smeltzer's got a illegal cross-checking call. So I'm not sure why that's a penalty shot. Interesting. Pavel Cirque's going to take it. It doesn't really matter at this point. It's 8-5. Cirque picks it up. Both Pesek and Knotek, the righties, went wide just like this yesterday. He actually didn't go quite as wide. He scores to get one back for the Czechs. It's 8-6, and that should be the final score. Make sure you stay with us. The next game is going to be another dandy, I believe. Alberta Lacrosse versus the Green Gales. Quarterfinal number 2. And in 4.21 seconds, you're going to hear a pretty big collective sigh from the Czech fans, the Radotín fans, as LC Custodes will be eliminated from the running for the championship. Oh, okay, I think there was an illegal substitution. That's why there was the penalty shot, and Smeltzer also had his cross-checking penalty. So that's why we're 5-on-4 to start here. Well, 6-on-4, no goalie for the Custodes. A fierce rivalry building, growing. Now you can see the camaraderie on the floors. The teams congratulate each other. They will meet at center to shake hands. What a win. The Nova Scotia Privateers. Who would have thought, after scoring 9 goals in 2 games over the London Knights and Chocolax from Switzerland, that the Privateers would put up 8 in 1 game against Custodes. But that's what they did. The Privateers win. They go on. Next up, Alberta and the Green Gales. That will be at 4 o'clock. So in 12 minutes. Stay tuned with us for the 30th Alice Robeski Memorial here in Radotín. I'm Steven Sample. See you in a few minutes.